Hi, my name is Keith. I'm an immigration attorney in Chicago. With today's video, I want to talk about what to expect while working with immigration in general, and then more specifically, how to work with a law office like my law office as you work with immigration. I'm going to talk about three general areas, and I'll compare immigration to a typical divorce case, and then I'll give some tips at the end. The first point I'd like to mention is immigration is not a one-time thing. Compare this to a divorce. If you want a divorce, you probably go to a divorce attorney, explain what you want, and then that divorce attorney works with the other attorney and they do the case. Maybe you go see a judge, maybe you have to sign some documents, but when you're done, you're done. That is not typical in immigration. Most people that work with immigration must return many times over several years to immigration. Maybe, for example, you have one kind of visa status and you want to change to a different kind of visa status. Or maybe you then change to permanent resident status, a green card. Maybe you go from there to becoming a citizen. Or, in a different set of examples, maybe you have a case that will take years to get a decision, like a U visa or asylum. While you're waiting for a final decision, maybe you get a work permit. Maybe you want to renew your work permit. Maybe while you're waiting, your country receives TPS status. These are common scenarios. So, I recommend that you anticipate working with immigration many times while you are working through this process. The second thing to think about is how long each individual application will take. In a divorce, for example, the two attorneys have some control over the timing of the process. The two attorneys can pick when court dates will happen, and the attorneys have an idea of when the judge has availability on their calendar to hear a case. Attorneys in immigration have no control like this. We have no ability to move a case faster or to help pick dates when decisions will be made. The only tiny exceptions in business immigration land, so like work visas, sometimes you can pay an extra fee for a fast decision, but again, only in business-based cases. The other, if you are facing a sincere and true emergency, sometimes immigration will agree to expedite your case. But this is not common. So, for your own sake, I recommend you anticipate there will be delays. I'm sorry to say. They are simply inevitable. The third thing I'd like you to think about is considering that you will have to return to immigration many times and the long delays, changes might happen. Maybe the law changes, maybe some of the procedures change, maybe your life changes, the president might change. These all have effects in immigration. In a divorce case, in contrast, if there's a new governor, that's not going to change the divorce laws. It's not common that you have some major life change in the middle of a divorce case that will change everything, but in immigration that might happen. So anticipate in your immigration process, you might have changes. Things might change. Anticipate that. So thinking about all of this, what do I recommend that you do? My first tip is to remember it is your case. And so you should make sure you understand what you're doing and why. Immigration is very complex. I know. I explain it frequently. Please do your best to understand what is happening with your case, because in the end, you're the person responsible for your case. So how should you interact with an attorney then? What is an attorney doing in your case? I recommend you think of an attorney like you might think of a medical doctor. When you go see a medical doctor, you make an appointment to see the doctor. You explain to the doctor, these are my current concerns. Maybe I have this new one, these ongoing problems. This is better. But you check in with your doctor maybe once a year, and your doctor says, okay, great, take this new medicine. I'm going to ask the nurse to take your blood. And then you go and get that new medicine, or you go and meet with the nurse. As you work with a law office, you might meet an attorney who will listen to your case and give advice about what to do, what happens next. But then you should work with a paralegal to actually do that work in your case, to fill out forms, to review evidence. If you need to see an attorney again, you might need to make another appointment, or you might need to send a written message and wait for the attorney to reply. I know you have lots of questions, and our office always wants to help out, but we ask you to remember it is your case, and you should work with everybody in the law office just like you'd work with everybody in a medical office. I hope that these tips help you to understand what an immigration process is like and what you should anticipate. If you have any questions about your own immigration case, we'd be happy to answer. Please leave us a message and we'll respond, or please make an appointment to talk with an attorney in our office. We'd love to help out. Take care. Bye-bye.